With the head coach finally hired, I can give you some more news. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, I am recording this probably a couple hours after recording the breaking news video that the Dolphins hired Mike Mcdaniel as the head coach. So this video, I'm going to be talking about some assistant coordinators and some coordinators that Mike McDaniel is rumored to be bringing in. None of this is official. I'll probably make an official video of who he might be targeting, all that stuff, and then hopefully we get the signings of all those players. I have some more quotes from a former player of his. I got some tidbits to talk about, and then comment of the day in this one. I'm going to address a lot of what I'm hearing in the comment section below in my past video on Twitter. I'm just going to talk about a lot of what I'm hearing. So first, let's talk about Kyle Juszczyk. I think that's how you say his name. I know they call him Juice in San Fran. He came out and he said this. He said, Mike has been instrumental to our success on offense the past 5 years. His creativity, ingenuity, and ability to connect with his players is unmatched. We would not be the offense we are today without him. We are all so incredibly happy for his opportunity to lead a team as a head coach, but he will be sorely missed by all of us. And I talked about that when I talked about, what I'm hearing from Mike McDaniel, what I'm hearing from beat writers, what I'm hearing from inside sources, what I'm hearing from his coaches that he's worked with and his players. He's not that type of coach where he's going to have the players back, but also, like you heard Kyle say in this, he knows how to connect with his players. He knows how to be a player's coach as well as a good coach. So I just wanted to read that little message there. And then also, in 2015, he was applying to be an intern with the Denver Broncos, and Jeff Darlington found this in his application, and under career objectives, to continue my professional development towards the goal of becoming a Hall of Fame NFL head coach, while contributing my experience, knowledge, and character to an NFL organization in pursuit of a world championship. So this man had, aspirations of doing what he's doing now all the way back in 2005 when he was just trying to get his foot in the NFL. So again, I'm not showing you this to be like, see, you should like the guy, because I don't even know who he is. And again, I'll talk about this in comment of the day, but just to give you a little backstory on him a little bit. It has come out that he has signed a 4-year contract, so it's not a 5-year like Brian Flores. It's not a 10-year like we're hearing that Jim Harbaugh want. It's nothing big. It's a standard 4-year contract. Again, he probably has the normal 3 years to see what he can do, unless the Dolphins go 0-17 or 1-16, then he's probably fired at the end of the year if it's that bad. But he's getting his shot, essentially. He's getting his shot. So I just want to talk about that real quick. And now I'll talk about potential coordinators. Now, the big ones are the DC and the OCs. And I'll get to that. OC, I don't really have anyone. As of me recording this, again, it is midnight. So it's now it's 12:06, so now it's technically Monday, but it's midnight of me recording this. I don't really have any OCs. One that I'm hearing is John Embry, who was essentially, I think, the assistant head coach / quarterbacks coach, tight ends coach for the 49ers. I'm hearing he's a name out there, but I don't have anything as of right now of me recording this. We'll see, because again, later today, I'm going to talk about the press conference that he's going to come out and do. I'm very interested in that. And then I'm hearing, Wes Welker, he is the wide receiver coach for the 49ers. Now, is it a possibility he gets brought to Miami as the same position wide receiver coach? Maybe something different. Be interested to see Wes Welker come back to Miami as a coach. I think that'd be really cool. And then Mike Munchak. Mike Munchak is available. He was the 49ers offensive line coach. He's now available. I would love to bring him in as an offensive line coach. Now, you might be asking yourself why and what's the connection. I will get to that. So defensive coordinators, there is the rumor out there that the Dolphins want to keep the defensive side together, but it is ultimately up to the head coach on what he wants to do and how he feels. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mike McDaniel sits down with Boyer and, sees what his philosophy is and sees what he's thinking of doing and then going from there. But so that's one, right? They stick with that, and they stick with Josh Boyer, and they stick with the same, essential defense that we have now and the same coaches and everything. That's one possibility. I'm hearing also maybe hire within. So say he wants to move on from Boyer, maybe, bring in like a Gerald Alexander. I'd love to keep Gerald Alexander, our secondaries coach, because I think he's done a fantastic job as our secondaries coach. So I'd like to keep him. But let me get to the big name. This name, for some reason, keeps popping up as a potential defensive coordinator for the Dolphins. And it's because he has some type of connection with Mike McDaniel. Again, it's Mike McDaniel, not Daniels. That's Josh McDaniels. Vic Fangio, who just got fired as the Denver Broncos head coach. They have the same agent. And also, Stephen Ross has a little bit of a connection with him through Jim Harbaugh when he was his defensive coordinator. Now, when I heard that there's a potential of Mike McDaniel going after Vic Fangio as the defensive coordinator, I got very excited. And then I was like, before I jump to conclusions, let me look up Vic Fangio. Let me see if there's anything that I should be worried about. Let me see if he sucked as a DC or anything. And I went back and I saw he was a defensive coordinator with the 49ers from 2011 to 2014. And he was a defensive coordinator with the Chicago Bears from 2015 to 2018. And then he became the head coach of the Denver Broncos. And he's a very good defensive coordinator. When he was with the 49ers, I'm going to give you the points for that the defense held. I'm going to give you the yards that the defense have held, and I'm going to give you the ranking of their pass and run. Okay? So his first year as a defensive coordinator in 2011 with the 49ers, second in points for, fourth in yards, 16th in pass, and first ranked in run defense. 2012, second in points for, third in yards for, fourth in pass defense, and fourth in run defense. 2013, third in points for, fifth in yards, seventh in pass defense, and fourth in run defense. And his final year in 2014 as their defensive coordinator, he was 10th in points for, fifth in yards, fifth in passing, and seventh in defense. So for his 4 years as the 49ers defensive coordinator, he had a top 10 defense all of those years. Top 5 at some points. Then he went with Chicago, and in 2015 they were 20th in points for, 14th in yards, 4th in passing, and in run defense they were 23rd. In 2016, 24th points for, 15th in yards, 7th in pass defense, 27th in run defense. So the run defense wasn't great his first 2 years in Chicago. But then in 2017, 9th in points for, 10th in yards, 7th in passing defense, and 11th in run defense. And his final year, and this is probably what got him the head coaching job in Denver, in 2018, first in points for, third in yards, 7th in pass, and first in run defense. So that probably helped him get the Denver job. But also, he came into Miami and interviewed for the Dolphins for the head coaching job, as well as Brian Flores in 2019. So I would be very, very happy if somehow they brought in Vic Fangio. Now, again, these are rumors I'm hearing. There's that connection with the agents. There's the connection with him coming in and doing the interview in 2019. There's also the connection with Stephen Ross and Jim Harbaugh. Maybe they can talk and come on good terms. But that's all I got for you for now. Again, I have a ton of videos planned when it comes to who DC OC is going to be. Like I said, later today, I'm going to come out with a video talking about his press conference. So I have a lot planned. So after the press conference, we break that down. If I want to hear more words and when I look at different things, I could tell you who else the DC and the OC might be. I don't have much on the offensive side, but like I said, defensive side, they want to keep them together, but that's up to the head coach, and I'm hearing Vic Fangio, which I would love. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be happy with Vic Fangio as the defensive coordinator, or do you want to keep the status quo? Who are you thinking on the offensive side? Do you like Munchak? Mike Munchak was his offensive line coach with the Denver Broncos. So there's that connection with potentially if we bring in Vic Fangio as our defensive coordinator, you bring in Mike Munchak over because he was his offensive line coach with Denver. All connected. But comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the two little quotes I gave you. And I'm going to comment of the day. Now, comment of the day. When Mike McDaniels got hired, now, you guys know how I feel. I told you guys how I felt in the video yesterday, right? I would have preferred an experienced head coach, but when it comes to first-time head coaches, I'm not upset with Mike McDaniel. He was up there as one of the guys that I wanted. Him and Brian Daboll are the guys I wanted, especially because of the coaching tree he comes from. It's different than the Bill Belichick coaching tree, which is just rotten. This coaching tree with Matt LaFleur and my brain is not working. Sean McVay are really, even Raheem Morris. These are good coaches. So if he's anything like those coaches, I'm happy. But I'm hearing and I'm seeing a lot of people are already saying, who are we going to be looking at as a coach in 3 years? Oh, will he make it to the end of the year? Oh, this sucks. Oh, that. And you have all the right in the world to have your opinion. But I also have all the right in the world to say, why are you jumping to conclusions? I am seeing these types of comments and these people just, this sucks. Oh, we suck and oh God, the world's ending. And again, I haven't said whether he's good or not. I haven't said whether Mike McDaniel is going to be great or not because I don't know. Ink on the paper that he signed on the contract wasn't even dry before people wanted him out of Miami. It's a small group. It's a small group of these negative Nancys who the wind blows the wrong way and they're like, ah. My point is, and again, you have your right to your opinion. I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm just reacting to so many of these comments. My point is, give him a shot. Come mid-season this season, and we suck butt. And you're like, well, this is a horrible decision. Why did we bring him in? He can't coach for his life. I'm going to be like, yeah, we are horrible right now. I agree with you. But if he does great, you know what people are going to say? Oh, that's only because I call them the yeah buts. Yeah, but look at the quarterback he has. Say we changed Tua or anything because you know the same people don't like Tua. My point is, and this is where I stand. Do I think Mike McDaniel is a fantastic hire? And do I think Mike McDaniel is going to take us to a Super Bowl? And do I think he's the future Don Shula and he's the greatest head coach hiring we've ever had in our entire life? No. Do I think that he should be fired? And why did we bring him in? And da-da-da-da-da? No. I'm willing to sit back, see who he brings in as coordinators, see who he brings in or who him and Greer come to an understanding with free agents, with draft picks, and see how the first half of the season goes and see if we can win. Because the first half of last season was a GD nightmare going 1-7. Yeah, Doug, but he ended 8-1. That doesn't wipe away 1-7. That doesn't wipe away that. Now, I'm not here to poo-poo on Brian Flores because he's not my head coach anymore. So I see you later, Brian Flores. But give this guy a chance. See what he can do. And if he can't do it, heck, like I said, I'm not even telling you to give him the year. If he can't do it, then bad choice. And I know I've talked to some of you guys. Some of you guys are my dudes. So we have chats on Twitter and stuff. Again, go find me on Twitter. And you have the PTSD of Ross's hires. And I get it. I wholeheartedly get it. Again, I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just giving you my reaction to seeing these. And how essentially I'm like, I'm going to wait and see. Because I'm going to give myself an ulcer if I freak out over everything like this. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it at all. But again, I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm just reacting to a ton of comments I'm getting here and a ton of comments I'm seeing on Twitter. I'm just reacting to it. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to wait and see how it pans out, see what he does, see how the first, and I know you're going to have to install the offense and this and that, but I've seen first-time head coaches. I've seen installed offenses. I've seen them be somewhat successful. I'm not expecting him to be 8-0, 9-0, depending on the midseason point. But if we're 0-8, 0-9, or 3-6, 3-5, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So let's sit back, let's take a breath. This is a new chapter in the Miami Dolphins organization. New head coach. We don't know what he's like. We don't know who he wants to bring in. We don't know his philosophy. It might be different than building through the youth and not liking veterans, and it's different. Let's see how it pans out. Let's move on from there. But that's what I got for you. I'll see you guys later today after his press conference. I'm releasing this video at 10. I wouldn't be surprised if either the press conference is happening now or around 1 o'clock. You'll get the press conference video around 5, again, when the baby goes to sleep. And I'll talk about what he said, and we'll go through what he said and all that stuff. I hope they talk about who has the power and the dynamic or where that is. But other than that, guys, I'll see you later. Like usual, stay classy. And fins up.